ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ ನೀನು ಲಿಂಗರಾಜು ಝೂಮ್ ಮಾಡೋ ನೀವು ಹಿಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಝೂಮ್ ಮಾಡು ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ತುರ್ಕಿ ತುರ್ಕಿ ಕಟ 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 ಬಟ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಚನ ತುರ್ಕಿಗಳು
ಸರ್
for their caretakers, for their families and the community at large. And we want to do that in a way that it should be done. Ideally, in a comprehensive psychiatric hospital, we should have a very holistic care program delivered by experts of multidisciplinary team and delivered in a very confidential manner and also without compromising on the dignity of the person who is ill. And at Sakoon, we want to go one step further, acute resolution of symptoms. Because the very nature of mental illness is such that it can be quite chronic, quite enduring in nature, quite disabling as well, and at times does pose a lot of risks to the person suffering and also to the families. And there will be a lot of crisis situations in the family because if they're suffering from something chronic, mental illnesses, and at the same time, a lot of functional impairment as well for the families and the person suffering and all that. So at Sakoon, we want to achieve all that in the way it should be done in a state-of-the-art environment like this. And again, we want to also reach out to people when people can't reach out to us. We want over the next course of period, we want to come up with initiatives where we want to deliver programs where we reach out to people who are mentally ill and who may be having that taboo to reach out to psychiatrists. So we want to create a lot of awareness.
Facility in every district hospital, and they are now connected to NIMHANS, and so that we can treat people for neurological issues or other mental health issues at the district level, so that there's a psychiatrist and there is a speech therapist and there is a physiotherapist and a neurologist visiting, and to be able to diagnose people people who come from talukas or rural areas. And we are the first, I think, in India now we've got a facility in every district, which with NIMHANS as the hub and all our 31 districts as the spokes. So that's a wonderful initiative that we just launched. It's called the Karnataka Brain Health Initiative. So it's called KABI, Karnataka Brain Health Initiative. And so the KABI program has been launched, and I think anything you want to do and work with the government, I know this is slightly hi-fi, but not slightly, but more than that. But anything to do with any social work, social service, which also should be a component of any health-related activity, the government is always willing to work with you people also. So, since you spoke about the government, I thought let me just put it out properly. Thank you. Thank you.
It's very adventurous for anybody to venture into a private psychiatric hospital. But I believe this Sakoon was the brainchild of Salim, and I think he's done a marvelous job in the UK. I was stunned to hear the numbers that were catered to across the UK and over the years. And that project has now come to India. Congratulations to the entire Sakoon team, starting with Salim to Satish and everybody over here. I think it's adventurous because the stigma attached to mental illness is so tremendous. It's much less now than when I started out in the field 40 plus years ago, but it remains. And to have an acute care facility in the heart of the city is really remarkable. Wish you all the best for that. The ratio of mental health professionals to our population is remarkably low. So what does the government do? I'm not blaming the Karnataka government, the government in general. We increase the number of postgraduate seats. But what do we have? We have well-qualified youngsters now moving abroad. There are more psychiatrists of Indian origin abroad than there are in India. And this ratio, the skewed ratio that obtains today, is about a decade old. Nothing has been done to change that. I urge the government to have more jobs available to psychiatrists who are very willing to serve in this country. The chief guest you decided to invite today reminds me only of the bard's words, ministering to mind's diseased. So, as you venture into this adventurous field, as I said, to minister to minds diseased, I wish you all the best, and may your tribe thrive, may your patients benefit from the wonderful care I'm sure you're going to mete out to them. Thank you very much for inviting me.